wrestling fans. My name is Brian Crazy.
I'm JC Styles.
And we're the F and brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com. Thanks for tuning in once again. We are back with our review of the second longest running weekly episodic television show in history. That's right, Friday Night SmackDown for June 29, 2012. It was a pretty solid night on SmackDown. We didn't see any huge advances, but we saw a lot of build towards the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which is only a few short weeks away. We saw several WWE superstars qualify for that World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank match. We saw a three-way World Heavyweight Championship match. We saw a special stipulation added to the WWE Championship match at that pay-per-view. And like I said, it just furthered the build towards the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. You want to start off the night?
Yes, we start off the night with a video package from Monday night. Then we move into the Divas action. We see AJ come out and take on Layla. Now, this was just a quick match, really nothing really to tell. Basically, we see a great strong showing between two divas. Daniel Bryan comes out, starts chanting yes, distracts AJ. Layla picks up the win. Post-match, they get in the ring and they threaten to hold up the show until Vicky Guerrero comes out. Thus, Vicky Guerrero comes out, and the whole big news of this segment is that AJ is going to be the special referee at Money in the Bank between Daniel Bryan and CM Punk.
Exactly correct. She is going to be the special guest referee. What part is she going to play in this match? And this initial match was just to set this all up, to see Daniel Bryan come out, to allow Vicky Guerrero to come out, who is playing the role of guest general manager not only of Raw, but SmackDown this week. And we find out later in the night that Teddy Long will be the guest general manager of SmackDown next week. And Vicky Guerrero, you know what, for all her faults, for all the things you can say wrong about Vicky Guerrero, she plays the general manager role so well. A general manager should get heat. That's what made, not being nostalgic for the Attitude Era, but, go back to the Attitude Era. Why did you like Stone Cold versus Vince so much? Because Stone Cold was the regular guy. Vince was the evil boss, and he was fighting against the establishment. And evil general managers make for good storylines. She gets so much heat, she speaks well. Got to give credit where credit is due. But she announces that stipulation, that the fans voted on the website, and that we will see the special guest referee in AJ. And she also announces that we will see the series of Money in the Bank qualifying matches tonight, and also next week on Friday Night SmackDown. So we go into the first qualifying match, where we see Damien Sandow, the intellectual savior of the masses, go against Long Island Icy Zack Ryder.
Just blow through this match real quick. Solid match. As they keep building up Damien Sandow, him picking up the win tonight, building him up for the Money in the Bank, and just building him up in general. He just started wrestling not too long ago, I want to say about a month or two ago, and just really has exploded on the scenes with a lot of fire promos and just a lot of in-ring talent. But I'm curious to see what they're going to do with him, because lately he's just been getting in the ring kind of like a Ryback and just been dominating, especially like over someone like Big Zeke a few weeks back.
Well, I think the thing about this competitor versus, say, a Ryback or somebody else is that he's got the intelligence. He's outthinking his opponents. As soon as they think that they're in control, they've got the match handled, they've got the upper hand, he comes out, he strikes a couple times, and somehow he picks up the win. And I think it just feeds into his character. Damien Sandow is a great character down at FCW. He did some great work, and you are right, he only made his big WWE debut after WrestleMania, so it's only been a few months that he's been in the game. And it was a pretty solid match for what we saw. Zack Ryder showed a lot of passion tonight. You can see in his face that he is hungry. He wants to be back in the squared circle. He had an incredible push earlier in the year, and unfortunately, at the expense of pushing Kane as that monster, Zack Ryder, the ball got dropped on him, to be perfectly honest. Then we go into, this is a unique tag team match. The winner of this tag team match, both competitors will go on to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, the World Heavyweight title Money in the Bank match. We see Santino Marella and Christian go against Cody Rhodes and David Otunga. But before we get into this, I apologize, I did miss Tyson Kidd versus Jack Swagger.
It's a solid match between both competitors, not going to dwell on it too much. Tyson Kidd picks up the win. They've been really picking the ball up with him as of late. Since WrestleMania, since he's made that face turn, he had a big feud on NXT with Michael McGillicuddy earlier, I think it was post-WrestleMania, and they're just really picking up the ball with him, and he's had some really great matches on Superstars and on NXT and on SmackDown and on Raw. Tyson Kidd is the winner, moving on to the Money in the Bank World Heavyweight Championship ladder match.
Yes. Yes, and then we move on to the next qualifying match for that match. Wow, he said match a lot of times just now. But we will see Santino and Christian go against Rhodes and Otunga. And when Otunga came out, he did something very reminiscent of the total package here. He did the pose down, and I've kind of posed the question in the last few weeks in my reviews, talking to other shooters, talking to other peers that enjoy wrestling. What is going to happen with David Otunga? What is going to happen with Eve since Johnny Laurinaitis has made his exit from TV, at least for the time being? There's a lot of rumors he's going to come back as some sort of assistant to the general manager, or not to the general manager, excuse me, to the board of directors. But we haven't seen too much of Eve. I guess she's been off filming an NBC television show. Yep. And David Otunga's been, working as a solid singles competitor. But I hope they don't drop the ball, because the thing about it is, yes, he's green, but a lot of wrestlers come in green. If everybody came in already knowing everything, where would they go?
Exactly.
Where would they excel to? They just get better week by week by week, and that's what David Otunga. Go back and watch him on NXT Season 1, and watch him now. He's progressed a lot, and imagine how far he's going to progress in the future. Jesus Christ, that fucking thing is huge.
That thing just ruined our fucking review.
What the fuck is it?
I don't know, but I'm going inside before it fucking
Yo,
bites
I'm coming down here. We gotta get rid of this fucking thing. Sorry about that, guys. Apologize about the interruption. The nature of shooting videos outside is, unfortunately, you do have to deal with nature. And I swear to God, the biggest frickin' bug, insect, I don't even know what the fuck it was. It's now part of the bottom of my shoe. Just had to take care of them. We're back to reviewing the wrestling.
So we basically, this whole tag team match was interrupted by that big ass bug. So we see Christian and Santino pick up the win and move on to qualify for the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match to earn that contract
Jesus
for the World
Christ, now
title.
I fucking feel things crawling on me. This thing was like something out of like Alien or something.
Arachnids and shit.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
We move into the next match, which is Ryback defeating two locals. No big surprise there. When are they going to put him? This is going to be my portion of the video where every time I mention Ryback, I'm just going to say he defeats two locals, because ain't no one going to remember who the hell they were after the match. Two, when are they going to put him in the ring against someone who can actually showcase his pure talent? Because right now all he's doing is just squashing people.
Well, the thing about it is,
like he did to those two guys what you just did to that big fucking bug.
I know, and he's sitting over there somewhere. But the thing about it is, he's an incredible talent. Vince McMahon's even gone on record saying he could be the second biggest babyface in the company. But the thing about it is, the days of building superstars through exhibition matches like this is pretty much over. And
it was done when Goldberg did it in WCW.
And he was even going against established talent at that point. I mean, his first match, Bill DeMott, Hugh Morris, General Action, whatever you want to call him, that was his first match.
Oh, yeah.
And Bill put him over, and he did his job. He did not job, he did his job. One of the biggest things that I love saying here when I do these videos.
Exactly.
And the thing about it is, Ryback, great talent. You start putting him against an established WWE roster, though. How many guys are on the roster? 50, 60? I mean, he's going to burn through them like nothing. It's going to be pretty quick, especially if he's featured twice weekly. Then we go backstage. We see that Teddy Long announces Layla and the Great Khali will face Oksana and Antonio Cesaro on next week's Super SmackDown Live. It will be the Great American Bash special, where Teddy Long will be the special guest general manager, not only of SmackDown, but also of Monday Night Raw. Then we go into our final Money in the Bank qualifying match for the night. We see Lord Tensai go one-on-one against Justin Gabriel.
And Gabriel had no chance.
No chance. I mean, my God. Tensai has been, you know what, the one thing is, I complain about consistency in the WWE a lot. One week a guy will look really strong. The next week he will just
look like garbage.
Exactly. I hate to say it, but I mean, JC said it best, and, you know, I'm glad it was his words and not mine, but I'm just kidding. But, that's what you're there for, bud. But, no, I'm just kidding. But the thing about it is, Tensai's been very consistent since he's gone into the WWE, will return to the WWE. I mean, Matt Bloom is a great talent. He's world-renowned. He's been in Japan. He's fought in America. He's got what it takes, and it's glad to see him finally making to a main event level match, finally. And all these years he's been in the WWE. Tensai picked up the win over Gabriel. Then we go into the main event for the World's Heavyweight title. Before we even go into this match, Dolph Ziggler was trying to get Vicky Guerrero to give him the upper hand, ban the Brogue Kick, ban Alberto Del Rio's cross armbar finisher, and she wants none of it. She wants to be impartial. She wants to do a good job. She wants the WWE Board of Directors to consider her for a future position, and this is a good match. There's a lot of back and forth action, definitely pay-per-view quality match to close out Friday Night SmackDown, where we saw Sheamus pick up the win over Ziggler via Brogue Kick.
Yes. Solid match. You know, we all know going into title matches on SmackDown and on Raw, there's very rare. There's going to be a title change, and usually when there's a title change on Raw or on SmackDown, it's either because someone's hurt or somebody's getting suspended the next day. And that's usually what happens. And the thing was, I remember back in the day of Monday Night Raw and on SmackDowns, we used to get maybe one title change a month, if not maybe two a month, on Raw or on SmackDown. And they were usually generally mid-card titles. Now it's like, we'll give you a taste, but we want you to spend $40-50 on our pay-per-view. And some of the times those $50 isn't really worth for the one match.
Exactly. If you're spending $50 for that one match, sometimes you're going to be disappointed. And I think that was the biggest thing that came up, if you guys are TNA fans, yesterday when they were putting Taylor Hendricks through a gut check. Are people going to pay to watch her? And the problem is, like any superstar that's first breaking out into the scene, the fans have no emotional attachment. They have no connection. They have no reason to have that vested interest. And once they develop a character, example, when we first saw the 8 rookies that formed NXT Season 1, we knew a little bit about a few of them from the independent scene, but we didn't know that much about them all. And then we got a vested interest in them. We wanted to see them every week. We had interest, like me and JC went out and we picked up Nexus shirts before a lot of people did, just because we liked what they were doing. It was different. It was fresh. It was something new. And that's the thing. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, not every superstar is going to come in knowing everything. They got to get better. They got to learn. They got to perfect their craft. But to be honest, it was an alright night on SmackDown. We saw a build towards Money in the Bank. That's what tonight's SmackDown was supposed to do, and it did the job well.
Exactly. So, guys, this is the point of the video where we say leave your comments and let us know your thoughts on SmackDown. Also, please always check out the official website of the Effin brand at FightNationWrestling.com and the social media accounts that will be listed in the description box below.
Yes, JC said it best. All those accounts will be listed in the description box below for you guys to check out. Please check out the official website. Check out all the great updates that JC Styles has provided on Effin True Wrestling this week. And check out all the updates that I provided on my new channel, Fight Nation Wrestling, this week. It is me and JC's kind of way to do a little bit of a brand extension for you guys. You get to hear both of our thoughts. The problem is, say news breaks. Not only do you want to hear my take, sometimes you want to hear JC's take. Or not only do you want to hear JC's take, hey, what did Brian have to think of this? So it gives you an opportunity, it gives us a way to spread out a little bit, but don't worry. We will still be the powerhouse duo that we have for 2 years going, and the only reason that me and JC have had so much success here on YouTube is you guys, the fans and subscribers that have made this possible. Without you, without your views, without your comments, and without your loyalty, the Effin brand of wrestling and entertainment, and I know JC Styles would agree with me, I hate to speak for you, but I know you would agree, that we would be nothing without you. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we are going to go 3 years. We're going to go 4 years. We're going to go 5 years, and it's just going to keep getting better and better and better, and it's all for you. Have a great night, and we'll catch you later.